It's a pretty good start there for our version of the 1983 Austrian Grand Prix. You're driving John Watson's McLaren. This race the actual race is won by Alan Prost. Maybe we can... Oh, looks like we got engine failure up in front of us. It's pretty common in this era of Formula One. These turbos, they just have a tendency to blow up rather spectacularly there. Prost is still leading. Crew chief is turned off for this one because they wouldn't have had in-car communications this time. That's why we got the pit board set up through SimHub. So why this track car combo? We're doing this because I had to fold laundry yesterday. And in doing so, I turned on the F1 channel and they had a race replay of the 1984 Austrian Grand Prix. Watched Niki Lauda win. But why dive into this? I thought it was a interesting transition period here for... Oh, he dipped his... Got a little onto the grass here. Couldn't make it stick though. Tambay is taking the lead, huh? Well, it's an interesting transition point between the cars of the 70s and the cars of the 90s. Same thing with the tracks. Kind of a... Cars kept getting faster for these circuits, and they had to find ways to slow them down. That's why the Österreichring added that chicane at the very beginning of the lap. The older tracks never really had a lot of low-speed corners. You look at old Silverstone and old Hockenheim and the Österreichring here. A lot of fast sweeping corners. And due to the higher speeds, they started installing chicanes to keep the cars at a safer speed, relatively speaking. You look at the evolution of Monza as well. And this track in particular went through this layout without the chicane is very fast. Almost no braking zone, there are no low speed corners, and they added the chicane to, they bumping wheels in front of us. They added chicane to slow you down, but then this track was redesigned when it went off the calendar. It came back in the mid-90s as the A1 ring. It's now known as the Red Bull ring, but they squared off a lot of these corners, got rid of all these sweeping corners in order for more hard braking zones. It really shows the evolution of the tracks over the years. Going from these really fast sweeping corners to in interim with chicanes to slow you down to then a modernized version with more hard braking zones to facilitate facilitate better passing, more raceability when the car's got it. Easier to brake. Might have a chance if these guys keep fighting like this. You see there's no gravel runoffs either. It's just grass. Which if you drop a wheel on there, you're not stopping for a while. Lap 6 out of 10 here. Going for about a 20% race here. Quicker than the AI in the corners, but as soon as you get on the straightaways, they cannot catch them. They just drive away. These cars also have evolved. This is in that era of the monster turbos and with more advanced aerodynamics than they had in the 70s. But we're still running with an H pattern shifter. Prost is leading the way here. I do like the pit board, although I am very used to having spotter, which we don't have. We're trying to go for more, just a hair more realism, because they wouldn't have had the constant information, hence the no overlays, no additional information we're running with here, just more akin to what they would have had. Don't think my gearing is quite correct for this track. I seem to run out at the end of that long straight. It's not really straight. I think there is a straight on this track. P8. Oh no, lap 8, I think. P9, so not in the points here. Got a run on him, and he's just going to run away with us in the straightaway. This kind of thing is really in AMS2's wheelhouse. This type of race, let's say. Doing these kind of... I think AMS2 does the best at truncated endurance races, and this vintage F1 recreations. P9 on lap 9. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Well, that's one way to get ahead of somebody. Just completely missed your braking marker there. I'm sure the stewards would have something to say about that. We don't seem to be too damaged, but it's the played a little wreck fest earlier this week, and yeah, it's coming through there. It's just funny because you can't play Wreckfest when you're a sim racer with a rig, because you take it too seriously. So, last lap. Too close to the grass there. We certainly don't want to dip a wheel off there or hit those curbs. Another thing that's evolved with tracks over time are the curbs. You used to never want to run up on those curbs because they were actually like curbs, not some of the just painted ones that you see now, or the ones that are barely there. These would actually dissuade drivers from driving over them. Which reminds me of when I was driving in Ireland as an American. They got roundabouts everywhere. It's just fine. I don't have a problem with them, but there were a couple of roundabouts we encountered that were just painted circles on the intersection, and it was... saw the locals just driving straight through it, and it's like, well, you know, it goes to the, who is it? Was it Mario Andretti? Said, if you pave it, I'll drive on it. So, finished P9. They won the little incident where we drove into the back end of somebody, but not too bad for my skill level in this type of car with the H pattern and the type of track. I mean, I really like the Red Bull Ring as a racetrack, or the A1 ring, or even this one. It's there's some crazy hills around here. I think it's a good track. It's super simple, but even in this configuration, I'm used to the Red Bull Ring configuration. This is the corner I always had problems with. You watch when you're watching, you realize I won't talk a lot during this part because I have a tendency to overshoot these corners. And if you touch that grass, you're just, practically in that red tent over there. So you have no traction and you just slide. But it seems like miles. Of course, they've added gravel traps now, but they don't want you just sliding for ever and heading straight towards the crowd. Safety. So, finished 9th, started, I think, 13th, 14th. Well, Alan Prost did win. Just like he did in real life. A couple retirements. We'll have to check the replay, see if I had anything to do with somebody's retirement. Doesn't look like it, though. Huh. well, thanks for watching.